Have you ever gotten really upset because somebody that you love said something or did something that upset you? And so maybe you couldn't sleep, or maybe you weren't getting over it, but it wasn't something that you did, it wasn't something that you said, it was something that they said to you that wasn't nice and it was mean, and you feel like they should be kind to you and loving, but you can't control how they act. You can only control how you act. So, and you know you wouldn't act that way, but then you can't sleep because you're upset. And that's another thing that maybe it relates to this, maybe it doesn't, but some people have been abused. And if you've ever been abused, even as a child, and you go and tell another relative that another relative is abusing you, and they think this other relative is a great person, then they may not even believe you. They may call you a liar. And even if you, and then they'll get upset because you, and when you get older, you don't want to deal with that relative that's abusive. So maybe you, they always try to get you to talk and spend time with the relative that's abusive because they don't believe they're abusive, because the one that's lying is a better manipulator. And people tend to believe liars before they believe someone who tells the truth, because the person that tells a lie is a good manipulator, and the person that's telling the truth, they don't have any reason to be manipulative, to try to convince somebody to believe them, because they know they're telling the truth, so they don't go to that extreme. And another thing is, if you hear somebody say something like, they say, why don't you talk to that person? You tell them because of this, this, and this, and you explain it to them, and they're like, oh, I've heard that same story over and over again for years. And you think, well, that's because it's the truth. Why would the truth change, right? Because the truth stays the same, but a lie changes to fit the manipulative. So, and there's that. But, and sometimes you have somebody that's abusive towards you, and if they have family members and they want the family members not to like you, and they spend time with the family members, they might convince the family members to do something wrong towards you, so that those family members' loyalty is bonded to them over doing something wrong. And those family members, they can trick them into doing something bad, and it might be something, it'll be something that it might, it may not be, the same kind of bad something they would do, but it'll be something that they can get them to do, so that they'll feel guilty over it, and they have to lie about it and lie about it and lie about it and lie about it over and over and over again, so that those family members won't want to be around you, not because of something you've done, but because of what they've done. Because liars and people who are abusive and who are liars, they're good manipulators, and they know how to manipulate people. So if you've ever had that happen, you have to understand that it's not something that you've done, and you have no control over it, and you have to just move on and let go and let God deal with it, because it's not something you can deal with. It's not something that you can change. You can't say, hey, what you did was wrong, because they're not going to fess up and say they did it because of the guilt. Most of the time, there's nothing, I can't even imagine what you could do. But knowing that you didn't do anything wrong should help you to be able to deal with it. So I want you to realize that sometimes if you didn't do anything wrong, there's nothing you can do. But sometimes you get angry and you do something and you say something, and if you do something and it's wrong, it's better to say, I'm sorry that I did this, right away. Don't wait and put it off for years. Don't lie upon lie upon lie and let it become this mountain of lies. Just be honest and apologize and get through it. Otherwise, you're going to lose people that you love. And is it really worth it? And they say sometimes they say if you're not getting along with somebody at the time and you're angry with them, that even though you feel like you're in the wrong, that you should have try to find something that you can apologize to them for, so that they will stop and realize what they did wrong and apologize to you, and it will fix everything, because maybe you can find something that they're upset. And sometimes people will be mean to you not because it's not because you've done something to make them be mean to you. They're mean sometimes because they're hurting. You know, if you have siblings and your siblings are really mean to you, but maybe your siblings feel like maybe one of the parents don't love them, maybe that's why your sibling is mean to you. It's not anything that you've done. It's how they're feeling and how they're reacting to a situation. Anyway, that's just me venting right now. So I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully it might help somebody. Anyway, have a great day. Bye-bye.